The Iran war may be coming to an end. And if you stay with me till the end of this video, I will tell you exactly why the key to ending this conflict may not lie in Tehran or even Islamabad, but in Beijing. Because right now, something absolutely extraordinary is happening in the world of geopolitics. Donald Trump is on his way to China to meet Xi Jinping for the first time since 2017. But this is just not another diplomatic handshake. The timing and the venue itself matter massively. The meeting could take place around one of China's historic ceremonial and imperial complexes, a setting designed to project civilizational authority and strategic parity with the United States. China wants the world to see this not as America summoning China, but as two great empires negotiating the future of the world order. And make no mistake, Iran will be at the center of these talks. Here's why. The Strait of Hormuz crisis is becoming economically unsustainable for almost every involved nation in the world. Nearly 20% of the world's oil supply passes through the Strait of Hormuz. And every threat of blockade spikes insurance costs, shipping rates, and oil prices globally. But the biggest loser is China. China imports roughly 11 million barrels of oil a day, and a huge chunk of that energy flow passes through the Gulf region. Even temporary disruptions are costing Beijing billions through just rising energy prices, slower factory output, weakened export competitiveness, and a collapsing manufacturing margin. And there is also the declining global demand because high oil prices hurt consumption globally. In simple terms, China is getting hit from both sides. The supply side, because of the energy becoming more expensive, and the demand side of pain because the world buys less when the inflation rises. And Trump knows this extremely well. Trump's message to Z is likely straightforward. If China wants stable trade flows, low tariffs, stronger economic reopening, and an end to the Gulf disruptions, then Beijing must use its leverage over Iran because remember, China is the only country which is the biggest economic lifeline for Iran. China buys sanctioned Iranian oil. China provides economic breathing space to Iran. China helps Tehran survive the Western pressures of sanctions, which means if Beijing really wants this war to cool down, it absolutely can force Iran towards negotiations. And what could Trump really offer in return? Potentially something massive. First, the Taiwan problem. The United States has approved over 8 billion worth of military support and weapons packages connected to Taiwan. For Beijing, Taiwan is just not territory. It is the single most sensitive geopolitical issue on earth. Trump could quietly signal down a slowdown or recalibration in weapons transfers in exchange of Chinese cooperation on Iran. Second, the trade between US and China. The economic relationship has been under severe stress. Tariffs, semiconductor restrictions, AI export controls, supply chain fragmentation. Yet, despite all the rhetoric, the two economies remain deeply dependent on each other. America still needs Chinese manufacturing capacity. China still needs the Western consumer markets. Which brings us to the rare earth minerals. China controls roughly 70% of global rare earth mining and close to 90% of the processing capacity. These minerals are essential for electric vehicles, semiconductor, even missiles and smartphones, including American advanced military systems. Without the rare earth access, Western manufacturing and defense production slowed dramatically. And Beijing knows all of this extremely well. So imagine the grand bargain being discussed behind those closed doors, while China pressures Iran into abandoning the escalation and accepting a nuclear framework. In return, America eases part of the economic war, opens up the trade channels, reopens tariff on China and Iran, tensions cool down, rare earth flows, and this would be probably one of the most transactional geopolitics in its purest form. And that is why the Trump Z meeting matters so much because the future of the Iran conflict may be decided in Beijing. If you like this content, please smash that like button. And if you disagreed with me, please do leave your comments. Thank you.